Gas explosion at Shin Mitsukoshi Taichung. Timing helped prevent more casualties in Taichung blast. Honda-Nissan merger cancelled. Foxconn deal in sight. Car rams into Munich crowd. Unofficial TikTok downloads surge in the US. China tightens screws on what's shared online about its military. Trudeau says Canada becoming the 51st state is a non-starter. NASA says chance of asteroid hitting Earth in 2032 is 2.3%.
Hello, I'm Johnny. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It's Friday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. And here are your top stories. And for today's Taiwan news, a gas explosion at Xinguang Mitsukoshi Taichung on the 13th left 4 dead and 31 injured, including a Macau family of 7. The blast killed the grandparents and severely injured a 2-year-old girl. Authorities are investigating the cause, questioning 5 workers, and verifying the gas source. The mall has been ordered to close indefinitely until safety is ensured. The Taichung explosion is considered Taiwan's worst department store accident. A Threads user noted that it happened on a weekday, shortly after opening, with no anniversary sale and during a red light on Taiwan's boulevard, factors that likely prevented more casualties. Honda and Nissan announced the termination of their merger MOU. Foxconn's plan to acquire Nissan may resurface, but Japanese industry and government officials worried about foreign investment leading to technology leaks. And in global news, at least 28 people were injured Thursday when a car plowed into a crowd in what German authorities called a suspected attack. The incident occurred a day before a major security conference attended by world leaders was set to begin. Vice President J.D. Vance is among those scheduled to address the conference. The U.S. Secret Service said there was no protective impact on the VP, but we are monitoring the incident closely, and German authorities are still investigating a potential motive.
The car driven by a 24-year-old Afghan struck pedestrians around 10:30 a.m. in the city center and prompted a major operation. The driver of the car had been secured and posed no further threat. Police said the suspect, an asylum seeker, was known to authorities for drug and theft incidents. No other people are known to be involved in the incident. Media photos show that the car involved was a white Mini, with personal belongings strewn across the road, including shoes, a pair of glasses and a stroller. The Munich Security Conference posted on X that the organization was deeply saddened to learn of the car plowing incident, adding, "Our thoughts are with the victims and their families."
TikTok's uncertain future in the U.S. has caused a surge in people installing the app on their cell phones through unofficial means. An executive order from President Donald Trump allows the social media platform to be used in the U.S. despite the Supreme Court upholding a law that will see it sold or banned. Even so, Apple and Google are preventing new downloads of the app, meaning that people are increasingly turning to a technique called side loading if they want to get it for the first time or reinstall it on a new device.
It involves users turning to third-party sites, sometimes referred to as black markets, rather than official retailers to obtain software. One such company, Sinulus, says 120,000 people have used its services to get TikTok onto iPhones. Neil Pomperlo, from the firm, shared screenshots from his dashboard showing more than 2,000 downloads per hour at times. He said, "One of the most popular apps in the world can only be sideloaded in the US, so it's been a good thing for us, with record traffic to our site and a spike in customers." People in the US are also turning to virtual private networks, which allow users to appear as if they are in a different country. For example, TikTok fans can make it seem as though they are in Canada, where the ban does not apply.
China has unveiled sweeping new regulations to tighten the release of information about its military online, a move that could obscure key sources for monitoring the world's largest armed forces. The rules, which take effect on March 1st, come as China rapidly builds up and modernizes its People's Liberation Army to match the military might of the United States. It also marks the latest step in leader Xi Jinping's far-reaching campaign to bolster national security and guard state secrets amid heightened geopolitical tensions.
The all-encompassing rules could have a big impact on Chinese military bloggers and commentators, who are often quick to share images or information about new weapons systems, personnel appointments, and troop movements. Such publicly available information has also been an important source for PLA watchers to track the development and movement of the Chinese military. The regulations aim to address issues including the spread of false military information and the leakage of military secrets on the internet. They lay out strict rules for online content about military affairs, banning the production, copying, publication, and dissemination of military secrets, national defense technology and industry secrets, or other undisclosed information.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said that President Donald Trump's repeated remarks about Canada becoming the 51st U.S. state are a non-starter, as he vowed to respond to incoming tariffs. As Trump's tariff threat looms, Canadian premiers who are in Washington, D.C. are set to meet with senior advisors to the U.S. president at the White House on Wednesday afternoon. Trudeau said Canada does not want to be in a trade dispute with the U.S., but if Trump follows through on his threats, we will be equally unequivocal in our response.
Trudeau said, Canada will respond as appropriate in a calibrated but extremely strong way, regardless of what the U.S. moves forward with. Trudeau is visiting Brussels to strengthen Canada's relations with its European allies. On Monday, Trump said he would impose 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports coming into the United States, including from Canada, on March 12. The 25% metal tariffs would stack on top of the broad-based 25% tariffs on all Canadian goods, which Trump had paused for 30 days. That means the effective tariff for Canadian steel and aluminum will add up to 50%. In addition, Trump on Monday threatened a tariff of between 50% and 100% on Canadian vehicles.
Astronomers have been keeping a close eye on an asteroid between 130 and 300 feet long that has a very small chance of crashing into Earth in less than 8 years. As they learn more about the asteroid trajectory, the odds of impact are expected to slightly rise, but the hope is that they will fall to zero. That process has started to unfold since the asteroid was first spotted late last year on a potential collision course with Earth in 2032. For a time, the odds of impact fluctuated around 1% before suddenly jumping in recent days to 2.3%.
The unsettling odds are the highest any asteroid has had of impacting Earth in more than 2 decades, since the infamous Apophis was first discovered and later ruled out as a threat. But astronomers still aren't too concerned about YR4 yet, and they insist that you shouldn't be, either. In the weeks, months, and years ahead, space agencies around the world plan to continue monitoring YR4 to better calculate its trajectory, which is more than likely to be harmless. And on the slim chance that the asteroid does indeed pose a threat, it may be time for Earth to implement its planetary defense strategies, which agencies like NASA and the European Space Agency have spent years readying.
The answer for yesterday was A, jeopardy. The company's reputation is in serious jeopardy after the scandal. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into today's news. Car rams into Munich crowd. Number 1, plowed into somebody or something. 有指汽车或司机猛撞. A truck plowed into the back of the bus. Number 2, asylum. 庇护,避难所. The journalist sought asylum in another country after facing threats. Number 3, sadden, 是悲伤. It saddens me to hear about the disaster. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comments section, and the correct answer will be announced next week. Today is Valentine's Day. The origin of Valentine's Day dates back to the 3rd century when the Roman emperor banned marriage for single men to force them into the army. A priest named Valentine secretly conducted weddings. When discovered, he was executed on February 14th. People later honored him by celebrating love on this day. And that's all for today's Funday News. Be sure to tune in to Funday News from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Johnny Wu, your host, and I will see you next time.